What is up, Fin fans? Got all my guys in here already. Got a ton of guys in here. I got Matt, T-Mac, Julio, Christopher, Legend. Who's the first one in here? It was Zenkles. Zenkles was the first one in here. How's everyone doing today? I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in the chat. I got a special guest. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know who my special guest is. But what's up? What's up, Robin? What's up, MVP? How's everyone doing? Without further ado, I got to introduce him. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy who does live streams way better than me. He is the godfather of Miami Dolphin live streams. Talk about a TD Fins talk.
Whatever, man. Hey, Doug, before we even get started, man, I wanted to take this time live to say congratulations on 15K, bud. It's more than well deserved. And it's, as a matter of fact, it's a blur because 20's on the way, then 30, then 100. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It happened while we were live last night on Dan Mitchell's channel, I think. So, man,
it's amazing, though. I mean, I remember. It's humble beginnings. I'll just put it like that.
It felt like it was just yesterday that I hit 5,000, and now all of a sudden I'm at 15. It's crazy.
It's going to move even quicker, bro. You'll be 20 before you know it.
Oh, I hope so. We both want to do this full time, so hopefully one day.
Hey, we're not far, Doug. Let's keep grinding, man.
Yes, sir. So, Miami Dolphins taking on Buffalo Bills. If you guys haven't checked out the live stream me and TD did with Dan Mitchell yesterday, it was hilarious. It was absolutely funny. TD and Dan have a little bit of a bet. I don't know if you guys got to check it out, but I'll give you guys the inside scoop. So essentially, TD is betting Dan that Jakeem Grant is going to do better than Cole Beasley. And if TD wins, Dan is going to wear a Miami Dolphins t-shirt for the entire week of him filming. And if Dan wins, TD has to wear a Buffalo Bills shirt for the entire week that he films.
Well, I tell you, if Cole Beasley goes off on this secondary, I don't know what I'm going to do, though. I don't know what I'm going to do, man.
I honestly don't think Cole Beasley's going to do as well as Jakeem Grant. I think, we know that Brian Flores, he likes to look at the film and he likes to make those adjustments. And against the Patriots, Jakeem Grant was open so many times. Like I was saying it last night, if Fitz just gave him the ball, even if I was watching your film breakdown, if it was like a 5-yard pass, we know Jakeem is going to make that into a 15-yard.
40. I mean, yes, he had an opportunity, man. We missed opportunities last week, but that honestly, it was what it was. But that's what kind of make I'm optimistic about this team. It's one thing when you just get manhandled and beat across the board, but when you can see that you missed out on easy opportunities, it's actually promising. Going forward, as long as we can correct those areas of opportunity. So I'm good with it. And Jakeem Grant, I hope. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I just hope we have one of his good games.
Yeah, man. Because and looking back at the Patriots game, when we were down 14-11, if we would have just got one stop, that final drive, I don't think Fitz would have forced that passing because it was either kick the field goal to tie or get the touchdown to win. I think it would have been a more conservative play style, but we're so close. And I honestly think that now we have tape. We have tape on a team. We're not going into a game completely blind, only 2 weeks of preparation for an entire season. I think the Dolphins are going to surprise a lot of people. No one's picking the Dolphins to beat the Bills. No one is.
This is the week to make your money, man. This is the week. If you're one of those sports bettors, I'm not, even though I bet that Cole Beasley wouldn't have a better day than Grant, but this is the week to make your money. I really do think we can come out of this with a victory. We are home, and we do have the elements of fans that are going to be there. I don't know how impactful it'll be, but they will be there. They have to travel. The humidity, it's projected to be 90 degrees down south tomorrow. We shall see. Because in Buffalo, I mean, you're up north. What's the weather like these days?
I got a hoodie on right now.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? Is it really cooler like that? Is it below 70?
It's my temperature. Here, I'll show you right now. It's my temperature, and I'm loving every single minute of it. Right now it is 61 degrees.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? See,
61.
we don't get that kind of weather but for 2 months, and that's like January, February. We don't get that weather at all.
I love it.
We're lucky, man. Yeah, so they had to come down adjusting from the not so hot weather. And they get a touch of that humidity coming down south. So we'll see if that has an impact. I just think that offensively, we're going to play a much better game than people think. And defensively, we just got to figure out a way to stop their tight end because that's where our weakness is in coverage. Even that play last week, Jerome Baker, he was guarding a tight end that picked up like a 20-yard gain on a pass. Fundamental football. Jerome Baker just did a 360 turn. And as a defender, you never turn your whole body. Mm-hmm. Instead, you backpedal. That's why they do it at combine, your backpedal speed and all of that type of stuff. So I'm worried about the tight ends, and that's about it.
Yeah, seriously. And plus, where I'm at, Buffalo's way higher, so they're probably and Dan even said, Dan in hashtag said yesterday that half of their team is from Florida, but half of their team hasn't trained in Florida. Half of their team has been training up north. So the heat's going to be a factor for them. It definitely is. And yeah, tight end. I honestly, I really hope and pray that Brian Flores doesn't do what Adam Gase used to do, which is just be stubborn and just think that, oh no, it'll work. If I keep banging my head against this wall, it'll eventually work. Yeah. And see that you got to put the defense in, man. You got to, because it's just that one pass to Edelman when they were in zone and he just did a long friggin' arc. I was just like, why are they in zone?
And you have you have Bobby McCain playing 30 yards deep. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. You got Xavier Howard, who never even went inside, which told you it was zone. The corner's job was to protect the boundary, but we never had protection across the middle. The linebacker scrambling to get back because it was play action. I am telling you now, Doug, we pay Xavier Howard and Byron Jones too much money to have a safety that deep. Bobby McCain needs to play to 15 to 20 yards off the line every play, not this 25 to 30 and 20 being the deepest possible. I mean, maybe even 16 to 18 yards at max.
Yeah.
Because this is embarrassing, man. We pay too much money on that outside. But I want to ask you this, Doug, because somebody brought this up on my channel and it was a very good point. And I could kind of see it. Xavier Howard may not be 100%. And he made a lot of mistakes in that game whenever we broke down the film, like trailing on motions and different things like that. Maybe they were keeping the extra high safety just in case because he wasn't 100. But is it smart to have him out there if that's the case?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I'd prefer 100% Xavier Howard because 100% Xavier Howard can catch up. He's got that speed to make up the distance. And I said in one of my videos, he likes to mess with quarterbacks. He likes to give that wide receiver a 2-3 yard cushion. The quarterback thinks, oh, I got him, and then he catches up. He did it to Andrew Luck with T.Y. Hilton, did it with Tom Brady with Cooks. He likes to make you think, oh, this guy beat me, and then he catches up. But if, like you're saying, if that knee is still not 100% and he doesn't have that catch up, I don't know. Maybe that's why they were playing zone. Maybe that they were worried about Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, with his Achilles not being 100%.
These guys barely played 50% of the game, and Flores did warn us, some guys, he's not even going to give them the full amount of reps because they got to get, the first game, short off season. I'm just worried about that because I think it's really hurting the team. I'd rather Xavier Howard sit down and get 100% than come out and give 70 and cause a few issues on the field for other people and expose our scheme. Because it's no reason why the safety should be that high and we're playing zones where they only have the boundaries and stuff like that. It killed us, man.
Yeah, they were playing very big bend not break defense against the Patriots. Yes. And I think in all honesty, it was because no one knew. if you noticed, a lot of teams got blown out. A lot of good teams. It was a lot of good teams that won. A lot of carryover teams that won. You know, the Baltimore Ravens. They didn't have a lot of big turnover in player personnel and stuff.
True.
Same thing with the Green Bay Packers. Not a big turnover. They put 43 up. You know, so I noticed that it was like teams that didn't have a big turnover, like the Miami Dolphins. Didn't have new offensive coordinators. They were playing more aggressive style, whereas other teams, Chargers, Bengals, all these teams that had a big turnover, kind of playing a little bit more conservative. And I see getting ramped up a little bit more as the weeks go on, and especially this week against the Bills. We have tape. We see what they like to run. We see the style of offense they like to run. We got tape, and you know, with Edmonds and Milano being out, I got like at first I was like, this got to be the game.
Changes things.
Like it got to be the game that fits. Is like, all right, I messed up. Now let me show you what I can actually do. And once they got knocked out, that's why, because I made my video before I found out about Edmonds, so I still picked them 17-14 to win Dolphins. But now I'm a little bit more like, yeah, no, we're not completely out of this. You know, I think we're 6-point underdogs and we're home. I don't know.
But and then on top of it, you don't want to go down 0-2 in the division. It's one thing to be 0-2, but in the division to start that way, we could bring a lot more stability to the AFC East with the W.
Yeah.
If we win, the entire AFC East would probably end the week 1-1, except the Jets. They'll probably be 2-2. And then because the Patriots are going to probably lose to Seattle. They always have their number. They don't have Brady anymore. And then we'd actually be 1-1 in the AFC East with Buffalo, so they don't take a lead. The Patriots obviously have a lead, but they'll have one less AFC East game played. So I think it will make things a lot more interesting. Miami gets the W. Man, we're still in a really good spot, but starting out 0-2 in the division, it's not a pretty thing. It's not a pretty thing.
No. And even like So said here, let me pop this up. He said, we need more pass rush, speed rush, make the quarterbacks throw us picks. I think we sacked Cam Newton twice. One of them was Jerome Baker blitz Wilkins, and I think Kyle Van Noy got a sack in there. So we got 3 sacks. But other than that, Cam had like
3 sacks.
Whatever the hell he wanted to.
You said 3 sacks?
Yeah, I think we had 3 sacks, was it?
Yeah, Baker was 2. We got that one on the blitz coming in, and then the other one where we finally changed the scheme where he spread everything out, and I knew it was going to be a run, and Baker did too. So Cam took off right, Baker took off that way, and Cam saw him taking off, and Cam just dropped to the ground and he touched him. Because but that's what we have to do. But Josh Allen's not going to stop. He's not going to protect his body. He's going to keep running. He's going to try to make something happen. I'm worried about the pass rush though, because if they run an RPO, let me say this, Doug. I don't think we need to be that concerned about the pass rush. What New England did is ran an RPO. So they always had our DN just stuck. Which one? Like instead of moving forward. And then they were creative when they did pass the ball, where it didn't even seem like they were. It was all out of play action, 7-man line of scrimmages. But if we have a more conventional offense, if Buffalo runs an RPO, we'll be in the same situation. If they don't run an RPO and he's just a running threat, we're going to get at the quarterback a little better.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, these defensive ends, they got to set the edge, and they have to play better.
What edge? Oh my gosh, what edge? I mean, they took the inside every time, and Cam made them pay for it every time. Go ahead.
If it stays this way, they need to the first pick next year needs to be a defensive end. It needs to be whoever the best defensive end is. Or would you now? This is outlandish and this is a ridiculous statement, but I'm gonna say it because somebody on Twitter asked me a question, like who on another team would I take? Would you trade both first round picks, depending on where they are? Like, say the Texans do fall on their face and they're the number 1 overall pick, then I'm not trading that one for this. But say like we're like sitting at 10 and 15, right? Would you trade 2 first round picks for Aaron Donald?
10 and 15. Oh, Aaron Donald, absolutely. See, I thought you were just gonna give me some Aaron Donald. Yeah. How much is he getting paid, though?
Oh, let me look that up.
How much is he getting? See, let me slow down before I just rush to just. I heard Aaron Donald, and I'm just going crazy. But how much is he getting paid?
Yeah, he's just watching what he did against the Cowboys, where he like pushed 3 guys out of his way. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, he's getting paid a lot. He's getting paid a lot. This season, he's getting $25 million with a dead cap of 60. Next year, he's getting $27 million with a dead cap of 35. And then after that, they have an out. He still has 3 more years on his contract with 22, 19, and 21. But the dead cap after 2021 is $8 million. And then after that, there's no dead cap. So it's not that bad, but it's quarterback money.
We're drafting at number 10 and 15.
Yeah, in that scenario, like where the Texans didn't do as bad as people are thinking, or maybe like a first and a second.
I'd say I wouldn't trade for him, Doug. I would rely on our ability to draft.
Mm-hmm.
Our ability, because if you're picking at number 10, history tells you 3 quarterbacks are gone.
Yeah.
Right? You got 7 more players. 2 offensive tackles are gone. You got 5 more players. You're going to have a speedy receiver. You're going to have so much. If you're picking at number 10, you should be able to get one of the best defensive ends. It's not going to be Chase Young, but go look at the draft this year. There are still quality defensive ends that could be really good in this league. And because that's number 10 and number 15. Yeah. I use the 10th pick on that. And I go and get another asset on this team.
Mm-hmm.
But you know me, I said before the draft this year, I would make a move to go get Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
I would have actually made a move to go get Chase Young because we're not talking about $27 million a year. Even Chase Young, where he got drafted, is only making $7 million a year or something. $8, $9 million a year, somewhere around there. That's the difference there, man. I would keep my draft picks and I would rely on having a successful draft and saving a lot of money in the process. All these guys who are on their second deal, making all that big money. Statistics tell you they don't do anything but go downhill from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go Young.
So looking at this Bills game, we're very concentrated on the run stopping, being that we haven't done it most of last year. We kind of saw ourselves getting steamrolled last week. Are you confident that the Dolphins can stop the run? And also, are you worried about the pass at all? Or do you think that, like I said, he's got, Flores is going to come in. He's going to focus on fixing the mess ups.
It's going to be coaching, Doug. First off, am I worried about stopping the run? That was your first question, right?
Yeah.
We've always said in Flores we trust. In Flores we trust. And no matter what we criticize, he's always made us, okay, Flores, I trust you now. So I have no reason to go beyond that. But at some point, we're going to continue to test him.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, he hasn't failed most of our tests. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's a threat, their run game, but I feel good about our coach emphasizing that, and that's pretty much the priority of what he's working on this week. And I feel good about him having a game plan to destroy it, honestly. Now, as far as the pass game, this is where coaching comes in, because it's easy to knock the Dolphins off balance and do whatever you want against them. Let me give you an example. If they come out at the beginning of the game knowing that we're going to establish stopping the run, first play action, quick route across the middle, tight end, completion. Mm-hmm. Second play action, quick route across the middle, completion. Mm-hmm. Now we want to play a little bit better in the tight end. Then you got Josh Allen in the shotgun. He shows you another pass formation, but then it's in RPO or quarterback keeper, and they're running it down our throat. Then they do it again. all right, we were designed to stop the run this week, but they started out passing on us. Now we need to tighten that up. But now they're going to running, and now it's a guessing game back and forth of. And the only reason we put ourselves in situations like that is if we don't utilize our corners the way the way that their money dictates, Doug.
Yeah.
Your money dictates that you should be able to leave them by themselves.
Yep.
Bring Bobby McCain down in that box, and that fixes it all.
Yeah.
We have the extra man to protect the run. We have the extra safety spy on the quarterback. And I think that we dominate. But as long as you have that single high safety, you're going to have 2 corners in a safety. 3-on-2 is what that does. And there were times, Doug, we were in a cover 2.
Yeah.
So you had 4 versus 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 corners, 2 safeties versus 2 outside receivers when you're in that cover 2 deep. So what does that mean? That means that on your offense, you're essentially playing with 7 guys, and on their defense in that box, they're playing with 9. And that's why they had a really good time stopping our run at times, and vice versa, how we play them when they're on offense and we're on defense, some of the same. So we gotta do better with that, man. I'm telling you, our defense is gonna depend on our corners. Yeah. Leave them alone. If they get burnt, we live with that, Doug.
Exactly.
We live with that.
Exactly. And Legend's Trick Shot, who's a Bills fan, says, as a Bills fan, I'm only worried about your defense. I personally don't think your offense will score a touchdown. And I completely disagree with that one.
They're delusional with that.
Because
they are delusional.
With them not having their starting linebackers on the field in Edmonds and Milano, I honestly think that what the Dolphins are going to do, and the best defense the Dolphins can have against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, is to not have that offense on the field. So I honestly think the Dolphins' game plan, and it might be a little bit different, and it might not be something you expect from Chan Gailey's offense. I think they're just going to try to run it down the Bills' throat, eat up a ton of clock, but if we're going to play this style of offense, and if we're going to do this to the Buffalo Bills, and of course, if you have, I'm looking at everyone out there, if you have Gesicki on your fantasy league, I would probably start him this week because expect him to get targeted a lot with both of their starting linebackers out.
Grant.
Exactly. Please, for Grant. TD don't want to be wearing a Buffalo Bills t-shirt. But I expect that. But if that's what the Dolphins are going to do, they need to come away with points every time they eat the clock up, because you can't be marching down the field, eating the clock up, giving it back to the Bills, and the Bills score. And then all of a sudden we're like, now we can't continue to churn that clock. Got to constantly do that. And I expect that. I expect them to run heavy, get Jordan Howard some more touches, get Breida some more touches. Gaskin's already doing his thing. Got to get him out there. Got to run the ball. Their starting 2 linebackers are out. Take advantage of it. But they still do have a good defensive line, so we'll see how that plays out.
Hold on. One moment, Doug.
Yeah, good. But so that's honestly how I feel about the whole situation. I honestly think that that's what the Dolphins are going to be doing. I honestly think that the Dolphins are going to try to eat that clock up, because if Josh Allen isn't on the field, then Josh Allen can't torch the Dolphins defense, because their linebackers are out, but we also have to worry that defensive line isn't something to just scoff at. They got some really good they have Ed Oliver, who I wanted the Dolphins to draft that year, so it's pretty good. What did Bruce Key say? Bills are going to absolutely destroy this poorly coached Dolphins team, Bruce Key says. He says 42-17.
Listen, man, these guys are delusional. I know they think that they're good, but listen, man. If we play good football, if we protect Ryan Fitzpatrick and he makes good decisions, listen, I feel good about this game.
Yeah,
I feel good about the game, and not only that, you were right. This running back thing, I think that we actually may run the ball heavy with their 2 linebackers out. We may run the ball quite a bit this game. Not only that, I wanted to, if you don't mind, Doug, I wanted to talk to you about our running back situation. I don't like Howard starting.
Mm.
I don't like Howard starting. I like Howard in the red zone.
Okay.
I like
Like
him
how he got his touchdown last week.
Yeah, they adjusted it. You see, they ended up benching him, and they only put him in the goal line situation.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big back, and with this line, we don't create holes wide enough for a giant back. It's not conducive for big backs. It's for speedy, smaller backs. And I think that Breda should get the start, and him and Gaskins get most of the work. And you bring Howard in to punch it in, or you play Howard more in the fourth quarter as you've worn that defensive line down when it's time for us to start trying to make bigger holes. But I really don't, because also Breda is more of a threat catching the ball out of the backfield than Howard. Howard can do it, but Breda's more of that threat. And we need to get Breda more touches and in the open field more.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I even talked about it when I was live streaming the game. There was a few runs by Gaskins where I think it was going off of the right guard. There was a hole for him, and then it was gone. Like it was there, and then as soon as he got to the hole, I forgot. I don't know who the defensive player was. He ripped right off of Solomon Kindley and made the tackle. Like the hole's there, but it's not there long enough for these running backs to get through it. So you're 100% correct, because that's the style that Jordan Howard runs. Is you got to give me a lane and I'm going to plow through it. But if they can just hold their blocks on offense in the run game for like a second more with Breda and Gaskin's speed, oh, we're gonna blow off big chunk plays, and it's gonna be a good game for the Dolphins on the running attack.
The problem is this is a much better D line.
Oh yeah,
than last week. This is a better defensive line than last week, and that's why I don't even think they need to test it. They need to go ahead and bring the smaller, speedy backs in, allow the and you know what, Doug? Based off of what I saw last year, and based off of game one this year. I know this may sound like abandoning it all the way, but I would not have Ryan Fitzpatrick under center, not for one play in the entire game. We thrive and do our best when he can see everything in front of him, and the running backs can see everything in front of them as well. Because with the good pass rush and a good D line, that 1.5 seconds to snap the ball, turn around, hand it off, that's 1.5 seconds. And we do not do well with the quarterback under center.
Yeah.
We thrive and we move the ball, and we're going down the field when we're running a shotgun, halfback draw type set, and with wide receivers on the outside and a tight end. And we can see where we need the extra protection and utilize the running back where necessary. I really don't like when we're under center. I mean, play action is all good under center, but we do much better out of the shotgun.
Yeah. Real quick, just want to tell Legend, of course you could sub if you're a Bills fan. TD and me accept all fans, as long as you're just respectful. Of course you could sub. But yeah, 100% to K Flexen. Hey, K Flexen, you want to jump in on this chat? K Flexen, I'll send you a chat. Come jump in the chat, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to invite K Flexen. But yeah, no, I agree 100% with what you're saying with all of that. We need more. We need more in that category. I'm just gonna send K Flexen a
man, it's I hope you're not busy, man. That'll be lit. But yeah, man, I feel good about this week again. And the biggest X factor that nobody's talking about, because it's like a myth, it's like a mystery, is the fact that when you have Ryan Fitzpatrick have a game that he had last week, throwing 3 interceptions, the probability, I keep saying this and people just brush it off like, okay. But, I mean, think about it. The probability of him having a good game, like, increased big time for us this week. You know, he usually has bounce back games. You know, he can be a disaster or he can be A1.
Honestly, I think the play action will work better if Tua is in there, because Tua has the speed to roll out and make these types of plays. I know that's hurt your feelings because you want Tua in there over Fitz.
Don't get me started, though, because I get mad with all this sit the kid. Yes.
But yeah, because
ask mommy, okay?
I don't know if all right, sent it to K-Flexa. K-Flexa, if you're free, bud, I just Twitter DM'd you the link to jump in. Because there's the chance of Tua running. Now, if Fitz runs, we all saw that one run by Fitz where it gets us all as Dolphin fans, it gets us pumped up. It's like, yeah, all right, Fitz, you do anything. But oh my God, that was like 200% of Fitz trying to take it off. You can tell when a player is really putting their all into a run is because their helmet shakes, because they're really trying to like get it going. That 10-yard run probably took everything out of him.
Fitz' helmet can't even fit with all the hair, man. I be seeing hair up in the eye area and everything.
But hey, man, he got, and that's why a lot of fans love Fitz, is because he does stuff like that, and then he'll even the 2-point conversion. You're like, yeah, that's what I love about Fitz, and then he throws an interception, and you're like, oh my God, that's what I hate about Fitz.
You see, people don't put things in a perspective, Doug. Last week, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't as bad as it seemed. You also have to realize 2 of those interceptions, we were already, if I'm not mistaken, in field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
We were down there.
Mm-hmm.
One was really close. That was the last one.
Yeah.
The other one was somewhere like the 36 or something like that, where he threw a pick. That's promising, though. Like, Dolphin fans have to realize that's promising. The 2 possessions where we threw an interception, we got down there.
Mm-hmm.
So we left points off of the table, and they got an opportunity to convert off of them. But we technically moved the ball at times as well, though. It's not like we were completely stagnant. We just wiped out all of our hard work, by throwing those interceptions. All we have to do is protect the ball. I mean, worse, let's say we had 2 field goals out of that, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Then what was the score?
Yeah.
And the end of the game situation would have been totally different, and we would have, matter of fact, we would have had to have gone for a touchdown at the end or something. But I'm just saying, it's not it was a win that we held them to 21 points with 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, are we considering the fact that we held the New England Patriots to 21 points with 3 turnovers? So there's a lot of
oh, we got him in.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, man.
I can hear you, bro.
Oh, let me put the chat up.
Look at this trifecta we got going here.
I'm no talk.
What's up, K-Flex? How you doing, bud?
No, I've been chilling.
We're getting ready for this game tomorrow. We're talking Dolphins Bills. How in all honesty, how are you feeling about this game tomorrow?
I'm feeling pretty good. Our team is we got a lot of talent, so I feel like we should win every game.
Right?
That's just how I feel, though.
And it's like TD was saying, because we were little mistakes here and there last week. If you were looking at last year with the way inferior team, that Buffalo game in Buffalo, we had the lead going into halftime, and then marching down the field, we threw the interception on the goal line. I honestly think we score there, it completely changed the whole aspect of that game, and we would have beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Like, the score was only the score because the onside kick, they ran it back for a touchdown. But other than that, it was a close game in Buffalo. I don't know, man.
I don't really know of last year. I forgot everything that happened last year. I like everything that happened last year was just bad. But I just know last week we got ran over all over. This week, if we don't get ran over, then I think we should be good.
Yeah.
I just want to see our cornerbacks spend their money.
Yeah.
In the sense that they actually have to guard people. Like, if people are just running all over us, our cornerbacks are never going to have to earn their money. So that's all I want to see this week. If we lose because Josh Allen is throwing 300 yards on one-on-one coverage and Xavier Howard getting cooked or Byron Jones getting cooked, I'd rather see us lose like that, because then I know, like, oh, we got some frauds in our secondary. Or I just don't want to see us lose off of them running the ball every play. I just can't take that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, we got over $100 million in that secondary. Like, come on, like, blitz.
And they ain't had to do that last game because we were just getting ran over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think Xavier Howard's still hurt?
Probably. But
he labored a little, man. And
he probably is a little hurt. He gotta play. I mean, and it's to a point where if he get hurt one more time, it's like we got serious issues.
Yeah,
like
it's
actually serious issues.
Speaking of people getting hurt, I think we all made this video talking about Odell and Allen Robinson. What are your guys' thoughts on Devontae Parker? Do you think that he had a great year last year, got his money, and he's going to start getting hurt again, or like what is your thoughts on Devontae Parker? Because I swear, if he goes back to freaking getting hurt again, I'm done. I'm done with him.
You can say. I don't know.
Listen, man, this is a fragile conversation because we're hoping that. I mean, okay, he got hurt, he's laboring, but at the same token, he's trying to give it all by being questionable, still trying to give himself a chance to play. But gosh, man, we have a gem in him, but it doesn't matter if you can't wear it. You know, you can have all the bling in the world, but if you can't go out and, show your stuff, it doesn't even matter, man. This is the problem. And both of those guys, it's Xavier Howard or Devontae Parker, both can be some of the greatest in the league, but can we keep them healthy? That can linger for years and just screw you up. Yeah. It can screw your team up, man. When are we ever – come on, man. I'm in personal belief. Sit both of them until they're 100%. Let's play it the right. Or will they ever be 100%? That's the other caveat to it. Because everything is lingering for them. Both of these guys' injuries, were before camp.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Devontae Parker was lingering like this.
Yeah.
But then after they come out last week, he's been banged up. It's been this way all camp. Then when were you going to tell us that? I mean, I know he sat out some, but I thought they were just being cautious so he doesn't get hurt. Yeah,
exactly. Would you guys trade for a wide receiver, or are you guys cool with sticking with what we got, seeing what like Matt Collins and Isaiah Ford and all these young guys can do? Maybe even try to bring in Matt Cole, off the practice squad, or would you guys, maybe give up a second? One of our seconds, say our second, not the Houston Texans second, because that's going to be a high second. One of like our seconds for Odell. Would you guys be down to do that, or you're like, nah, we'll stick with what we got?
I give a second up for Odell.
I would too.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, like the only thing you can say about Odell is he's a diva or something, but like I really don't care about that type of stuff. If anybody knows me, they just know like. If you can catch touchdown passes, I don't care if you a diva. I don't care if you just catch touchdowns.
I don't care what color your hair is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you're a drama queen. As long as you're not like ruining the locker room completely. I don't care about his hair. I don't care about his commercials. I don't care about what come with him. If you catch touchdowns, we need them.
Yeah,
I thought I was sick of them.
I look at it as a tool move.
Yeah.
Give that kid every weapon to his disposal. Don't have him going out every week with, mediocre.
Just don't get in trouble off the field where suspensions come into play, like Antonio Brown. Like I know at some point some people were saying, hey, we should bring Antonio Brown in. He just can't stay out of trouble. Like I don't care. Like K Flexen said, I don't care about the divaness. If you're catching touchdowns like what he did against the Bengals on Thursday, whatever, be a diva, just don't mess up what we got going. But it's once the suspensions start, that's when I'm like, but Odell has never been suspended, so it's more just his diva attitude than anything. So, and he, like, I broke it down. You have Allen Robinson, who's been playing for 7 years. He only had 2,000-yard years. We have Odell, who's been playing for 7 years. He's had 5,000-yard years. So it's like, hey man, if the Cleveland Browns, if they take his kind of like what we did with our players, if they take a good blunt of his contract and we give him a second, I would do that. I'd do that in a heartbeat because the Dolphins need something.
He has no guaranteed money going into next year, even though he's under contract for 3 more years. No guaranteed money, which means you're in a prime position to restructure.
Yeah,
I do it.
It's a perfect situation.
I need to make me look like a real Dolphin fan. Hold on 1 second. That's crazy, man. All mine.
There you go.
Because I see everybody got $1 million Dolphin things. I don't got nothing Dolphins. It's a bad look.
He brought the Phil helmet over and said,
there you go. I'm a Dolphin fan too.
There we go. Oh man.
So I got a question, Doug.
What's up?
Both you guys. So when do we see Tua?
Oh boy. If Fitz has another game, like say we're down like 14-17 nothing at halftime, I'm thinking you're seeing Tua after halftime.
In the Buffalo game? Wow.
Yeah. I think because the reports are out there that Tua got more reps in practice. I think they're getting him ready. I think they're
all reps, Doug. All first team reps.
I think they're, and I also you got to think about this. How is Fitz doing? Is he tired? You know, Ben Roethlisberger said he felt like he got hit by a truck after that Monday night game. A lot of people are saying they feel like they got beat up. And that's what not having OTAs, mini camp, and a full training camp is doing to these NFL players' bodies. There's a ton of injuries that are happening. Look at Richard Sherman. Look at Kittle, the tight end for the 49ers. A lot of injuries are happening. So they might have rested him, but I honestly think that they're getting Tua ready to throw his ass in there.
I want to see him as soon as possible because I'm kind of impatient. I'm not really that impatient, but when you've been watching the Dolphins struggle for like years and years and years and years, and then the hope comes, it's like you just want the hope to come back right now. I'm not saying I'm thinking with my head on that. I'm just saying like this is what I want to see, you know, because I think if it was OTAs and everything, it'd be a lot different. I'm not really concerned about his injury because if he's going to get injured, if his injury is that serious to where he's going to get chronically injured, he's going to get injured when he come in next year. Exactly. Or in 8 weeks, or in wherever he come in, he's gonna get injured. If his injury's that big, I was just worried about if you know the playbook and stuff like that. Then I'll be concerned about that. But as far as the injury, I'm not the least concerned about it. Is if it's still lingering, it's gonna linger his whole career.
Yeah, and that's 100% correct. 100%. Because honestly, I think the reason that Tua didn't start and Joe Burrow did start is who did they have to go in over Joe Burrow? Whereas the Dolphins, they had Fitzpatrick, who's been in this offense. Tua's been in the offense for 2 weeks. So, yeah, like 100%. And the hip injury was such a freak injury that the way his knee planted on that ground and had someone land on him, for that to happen again is 1 in a million. I hope. I need to knock on wood. Hold on.
Man.
But yeah, I think all of us are in the mindset that if Fitz has another struggle game, he's got to come in. They got no one else to throw in there, and it'll just open up the offense. Like I was saying, Tua has the speed in his legs. He has the arm. He has the decision making. Because TD, you talked about this on your film breakdown. Tua's not going to want to force balls because he wants to understand what he's doing, and he's going to play better. So if he sees Jakeem Grant coming in on a 5-yard slant versus Devontae Parker one-on-one, he's going I'm going to get it to this guy because that might be an interception, and then I'm going to look bad. So let me drop it off and see what this guy can do.
I want to see Tua ASAP, man. I want to see Tua ASAP. The kid, like you look at Ryan Fitzpatrick, you look at Tua talking about Loa. Man, there's some throws that could have been made in that last game that have Tua's name written all over it. He's the guy that, and he's also not going to miss what we were missing, those opportunities, man. And on top of it, I just need him to start getting his NFL experience because everybody's automatically saying that he's going to be great in the NFL. Well, we need to find that out sooner than later. And I've always said he can struggle, Doug. He can come out and have thrown those 3 picks last week. Mm-hmm. But at least he got some experience that's going to teach him going forward. You got to learn by experience. And if worst case scenario, the kid looks like he just doesn't have it, at least we know sooner than later. Yeah. Nobody want another 7 years, right?
Oh, please.
Nah.
They rag on Tannehill. I'm glad he's in a better situation, but nobody wants to go through that situation again. Nobody wants to go through that situation again, man.
I see K Flex and rubbing his face.
As soon as I hear Tannehill, I just
the goat K Flex.
in my head.
Goat, man.
Nah, but yeah, I just want to see him as fast as possible because I don't have no reason to. I just want to see him play because I want to see him play. Like we got a new quarterback. It's like Christmas. Somebody said in the chat it was like you got a new Christmas or you got a tour. You got to wait till Christmas opening or something like that. Like everybody, you just want to see Tua play. Like this is the hope. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's straight, but he's not the future. He's not. We're not going to win with him. We're not going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he's not going to be here much longer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See great ones
unless he's a coach, unless he starts a coaching career.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if that would be smart at this point. Gosh, man, Fitz made me sad last week, man.
I thought he was playing pretty bad, but then a lot of people was commenting, telling me that the receivers was slipping and all type of stuff. So I started paying more attention to that. It was one pick I know the receiver did slip, but
yeah, there was a few plays, like the first interception. I'm going to my grave saying that's not his fault. Preston Williams fell.
It's not.
His sack, his only sack of the game. Again, he dropped back, he rolled to his left, and he went to throw it. Preston Williams fell. He brought the ball back in, got sacked. Like Preston Williams needs to put deeper cleats on or something because he was falling all over the field. Even the PI call on Stephen Gilmore, he fell. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Here's what my issue is with Fitz, and it can be easily blinding when you're watching the game real time. All three pass interference calls, right?
Yeah,
we're into almost double coverage.
Yep.
And he had a wide open man on all three of those plays outside of that throw. So we can have, on the game, oh, yes, it's a pass interference. But the man had a wide open man in Jakeem Grant or Isaiah Ford coming across the middle. And he took the shot in double coverage. And that's a bailout. You got the flag, But that's my issue with Fitz, man. It's the ones that people don't notice because we win it anyway with the PI. But you had a wide open man beyond the sticks with room to run for some yak.
Yeah.
That's my issue, man. It's that game.
And like I said, we won't see that with Tua because Tua is going to look for the open man versus let me hope it. Because there's also that thing that Fitz has that connection with these guys because last year, Fitz was just like, oh, I know Parker's going to catch this. I'm just going to chuck it up to him. He doesn't catch it, then he'll smack it away or something. Same thing with Gesicki. Tua doesn't really have that connection with these guys. So he's not going to be like, oh, let me just throw it up and hope he catches it. He's going to be like, no, this guy's open versus this guy has one-on-one with the safety over the top. Let me get to this guy and play another down. But you also, TD, you talked about this a little bit on your channel with Tua. We've seen Tua go down. We've seen Tua LSU game. He was down by 2 touchdowns at one point?
Yeah.
And then just fought to the point where he was always within 6 points of tying the game, but the Alabama defense couldn't stop LSU. That's the other thing. Like you say, Tua comes in, he throws 2 interceptions, Dolphins are down by 10, 14. For a fact this kid he's still going to keep fighting and he's still going to put us in a good situation.
Tua needs to play second half versus Buffalo or the Jacksonville Jaguar game. Think about it. Thursday night football, the whole world gets to say, all you got to do on Tuesday, Tua Tagovailoa will be starting Thursday night. The whole world's going to be watching Thursday night football.
We know Tua's not going to play if we win, right?
I know.
He's not going to play if we So in the same time you want Tua to play, you kind of then admitting that we're going to be the only way he's going to be playing is if we're getting whooped, right? So it's like
the party that you wouldn't mind losing.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a weird situation where it's like I want Tua to play, but that means I got to watch my team get smacked because they're going to get smacked if Tua gets in the game. Like that's the only way. They're not going to put him if Ryan Fitzpatrick is playing good, which makes sense.
So here's a perfect storm, right? Fitz struggles first half. Dolphins are down 17-0 first half, right? They're like, Fitz, you done. You threw 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6. We're going to put the kid in, right? 2 goes in second half. Dolphins defense wakes up. This is a dream, just so you guys know. This is a dream. Dolphins defense wakes up. Dolphins end up winning the game 21-17 with Tua. Tua starts Thursday. There you go. That's the dream. That's the dream.
Doug,
we get best of both worlds.
Doug, the thing is, when Tua starts, there ain't no going back.
Yeah, 100%.
No, when he plays, there is no going back. Unless Fitz is in some like 2-play concussion protocol. But once you put Tua in the game, there ain't no going back.
There's a big difference.
Josh Rosen. You don't want that to happen.
Exactly. There's a big difference between Josh Rosen and Tua, being that Dolphins drafted Tua. Dolphins traded for Josh Rosen. So if they put Tua in, that's it. This is your guy now, and Fitz is the backup. Like, it has to be that way. You can't go back and forth, because then all of a sudden you're saying, oh, I don't have confidence in our 5th overall pick. And then it's like, well, then why the hell did you take him with the 5th overall pick?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Realistically, I can see Tua coming in probably. All right, so if we lose this week coming up, then we lose. I don't see them playing them on a short week. You know what I'm saying? Like after Sunday, and then Thursday would be a short week. If we lose on Thursday to the Jags, at that point, it's going to be so embarrassing. They have no choice. It's 100% chance Tua starts week 4, because that's just disrespectful.
Versus Seattle.
That's
okay, who we play week 5?
I think the 49ers.
I ain't lying. Tua might not be in the game for a while. Who we play week 6? I don't know, but
I'll tell you in a second.
Broncos. Maybe that's why he's getting first team reps early, so it's not a short week for him.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Listen, but that is the perfect game to bring him out. Watching. He's a guy who thrives in the spotlight. Man, I hope I see him in the Jags game. I hope that's the game.
We got a tough first half, but even like I talked about this in my season preview, right? Seattle has to come to Miami from the West Coast, so
on a short week,
we could surprise a lot of people. It's the same thing like we did with the Eagles last year. They didn't come to Miami thinking, oh, the Dolphins are gonna. They thought we were tanking. 49ers have a lot of injuries with Sherman out, their tight end is banged up. They got Broncos. That Titans game, the Titans handed the Broncos that game 4 different times, and
field goals, missing them.
And Broncos were just like, oh, they literally had the ball with 3 minutes left in the game, and they were passing. And then they got the ball back, and then they continued to pass. And then Titans are marching down the field.
At the end of the game.
And they didn't call any timeouts.
Yeah, I don't know what they was doing. I remember we was about to interview Vic Fangio at the time.
Yeah.
I'm glad
we did it, for the love of God. But that and then you have the Chargers, who I'm not scared of the Chargers. The Rams I am, because I think Aaron Donald is just going to eat the entire offensive line. But it's going to be a tough first half of the schedule. But with our last thoughts, being that I'm going to end the stream soon, we got Buffalo tomorrow coming down. What are your final thoughts on this game, and what are your final predictions? I'm going to start with K Flexen. Final thoughts, final predictions of this Buffalo Bills game.
My final thoughts is, please make Josh Allen pass the ball. And that's all I want. I just want Josh Allen to have to pass the ball. I just don't want to get ran over. And my prediction of the score is going to be like 28-10 the Miami Dolphins win, which I don't ever predict the Dolphins losing. So it's like I'm not fair to ask that, because I never, ever say we're going to lose. But it's 28-10 Dolphins win. Yeah.
Yeah, my father's the same way. We do the picks video, and all year last year he picked the Dolphins to win. So I feel you on that one. What do you think of TD?
You had something to flex?
I think I picked the Dolphins to lose one time, like ever since I started my YouTube, and it was the Miami Miracle game. And I said we were going to lose, and you don't win that. But yeah, that's all.
Well, pick us to lose then, man. I just want to see the corners earn their money. And I want to see this offensive line protect the quarterbacks 2 games in a row, the way that they did last week, so that I can feel even better about Tua getting to start sooner or later. And prediction 24-17 Miami, sticking to it. And Cole Beasley gets shut down.
Okay, Flex, do you know about this bet? Did you hear about this bet that TD had? So essentially, TD, we went on a Buffalo Bills live stream yesterday, and TD has a bet with Dan Mitchell, who's a Buffalo Bills YouTuber, that if Jakeem Grant has a better game than Cole Beasley, Dan Mitchell has to wear a Dolphin shirt for the entire week of filming. But if Cole Beasley has a better game than Jakeem Grant, TD has to wear a Bills shirt throughout his entire week of filming.
Oh man, that's why Cole Beasley gets open.
Man,
he gets open. He runs around. He be running them around so fast. But
Noah better do his job, man.
Hey, that's gonna be funny. I don't know who gonna win that one. Right. If they look Jakeem Grant's way, he should easily probably.
Yeah. Thank you. And we
gotta look at him. But my prediction, I'm thinking it's gonna be a close one. I think it's gonna be a hard fought game. I have the Dolphins winning 17-14. I think that the Dolphins defense is going to figure this out. I think now that they have time and film to prepare for this team versus going into the Patriots not knowing what the heck they were going to get with the Patriots. I honestly think that it's going to be a tight game. And I'm saying that last field goal that wins them 17-14 is going to be like the final. Like, we kicked the field goal to win. I think it's going to be a tight, nail-biting game. I think it's going to be very interesting. But, I'm not going to be live tomorrow, unfortunately. I will be watching the game. But if the Dolphins win tomorrow and I'm not live, I don't know if I'm going to go live ever again this season.
Are you streaming the last game?
Yeah, I streamed the last game. So if they win, because I'm gonna go live Thursday for the Jaguars game, but if they win tomorrow and I'm not live, I don't know if I'm gonna go live for the Jaguars.
You gotta go live, Doug. Pushing the win, man. I'll be live.
Yeah, so be sure to go check out TD Fins Talk. Check out his YouTube channel.
No, I don't never go live during the game. I don't do nothing. Like people tell me I should, but I don't do nothing. I just watch the game and I just be so mad sometimes I don't say nothing. So I be telling people if I watch the game, it's not going to be fun. I'm going to be sitting like this, like because
on edge.
Especially with the last game where they just ran the ball over and over and over and over. We can't stop. I didn't know what to say. I was just sitting here like, wait, are we gonna get a stop? Like.
It's a lot too, and then especially being that I don't live in Florida, I'm about 30 seconds behind when I'm watching it.
Yeah,
so I have the chat already telling me what's happening, and I'm like, I want to enjoy the game.
Yeah, I watch on a crazy delay.
Yeah,
and it's always going to be even more delayed for the streams perspective. It's just too much of a delay. It's like a whole 2 minutes. I can't.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, be sure to if you guys aren't subscribed to K-Flex and TD Fins Talk, I don't know what to tell you guys. Right. Also, be sure to follow them on Twitter, Instagram, all their social medias. Go support the network. Great One Devore was in here. I sent him a link to get in, but I'm assuming he's busy. But also check out Great One Devore. Check out everyone. Fins fan panel. Everyone.
And let me say, hey everybody that said hey to me because I ain't get to read everybody's name. But I see people that I know, and I seen everybody say, "Hey, Flex," and I couldn't say nothing. But hey, everybody.
Yeah, this was the only thing prepared about this stream was I was gonna have TD on, but what a great surprise to have K-Flex on. I think we have 300 and something people watching right now. It's blew it up. I'm telling you, okay, I'm not even trying to kiss your ass right now. We were hovering around 190, and when you jumped on, it shot out to 300. So
this is legend, man. We need him around a lot more, Doug.
I know. I'll be so happy. Y'all be doing so good. I'll be so happy, because I just fall off sometimes the face of the earth, and I'll be so happy that everybody still got people to watch. With all of you guys and then y'all success and everything, I just be so happy because it's there's no pressure on me to really.
Yeah.
Even though I need more pressure so I could be better, but it's no pressure on me because it's I didn't make a video on Dolphins doing this, that, and that. It's like TD and Doug got them and Great One. And it's some mad people now. I don't even know everybody's name anymore. But I just know Great One, TD, Doug, and I'm sure there's other ones out there. But it's a great to see where Dolphins YouTube has came. Y'all bring it to another level that I couldn't even dream of.
Yeah.
So it didn't even exist. It was just K-Flex, and really, it's I was searching high and low, found nothing. Then when I found Flex, I was like, wow. I mean, so you spot on, bro. And when it's Tua comes and we start winning, it's probably gonna be 10 times crazy.
Crazy.
Because there are a lot of channels starting up now, man.
It
It's a
is.
lot of channels. I've been hitting people. Hey man, anytime. I like to work with you and stuff. I just love having fun, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. But it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys. We're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna try to get a great one on here as well. We'll do another round table, 4 of us hanging out, doing a live stream. But yeah, we're all picking the Dolphins to win. Maybe it's a little bit of us being homers, fanboys, but when we win, we're going to come back and we're going to throw it in your faces. And if we lose, we have a laundry list of excuses. So I don't want to hear it from you guys.
The only excuse I would have is Tua not playing.
Exactly.
I'm with that. Let's do it.
We would have won.
Hey, that's why you need to play.
But yes, like I said, be sure to go check these guys out. Be sure to follow them on all their social medias. If you please subscribe to their channels. Great Dolphin content over there. But I will see you guys Sunday after the game with my post reaction. You could see K Flexen Sunday after the game with his post reaction, and TD will be live tomorrow. Be sure to go over, hang out with him in the live stream, watching the Bills lose to the Miami Dolphins. But like usual, guys, stay classy. Fins up.